You know, I think we can. I think we can get this going. I think we can. We won a title in NHL 11 with the Oilers. Now we advance to NHL 12. It just makes sense, right? It makes sense. And the elephant in the room is that obviously there was a very good chance we could have been Edmonton again. But we don't have to be, because we're going off of the 11-12 season, and the worst team in 2011-2012 were the Columbus Blue Jackets. So we are going to take control of Columbus, even though it is the first year of the Winnipeg Jets. I think we'll take advantage of the whole reverse standings deal, and that'll be a good way to do it. We're going to look through the rosters and everything for this first one again, too, because that's a fun thing to do. Everything there is looking okay. Turn off GM firing, obviously, so we don't have to be too crazy about it. Turn off trade offer notifications, because those always... Well, actually, no, we want to leave those on. Never mind. What am I thinking? Modern day, I turn those off, because if I want to make a deal, I just go through the trade finder. Looks like they fixed the way ratings work in this one, though, which is nice. Bruins are up to an 89, but again, they were the defending Stanley Cup champions at the time, so that would make sense. Okay, maybe they didn't fix the ratings. Maybe Anaheim was an aberration. Because Buffalo was rocking a 91. Chicago was rocking an 85. There was at least oh God, Columbus is a 79 and over the salary cap? Oh, this will be fun. This will be fun. But yeah, you can notice, at least as compared to kind of the modern game, there seems to be a little bit more of a spread in terms of like high-end teams and actual lower overalls. I don't know why it works that way. We'll look to the rest of the teams in a minute. I want to look at trade values, stuff like that. Prospects, and we'll see who's in the draft, stuff like that. But yeah, the Columbus Blue Jackets. They finished dead last in this real season. And we will try to reverse their fortunes and not trade Rick Nash, by the way. Won't be doing that. I love Rick Nash way too much to trade him. It would have to be a monstrous trade for me to get rid of Rick Nash. Shout out to Glover for the 9 months on the primer. I haven't played a franchise mode since 2019 on this game, apparently. Good to know. Glover, how are you? I hope you've been well. Bruins legend Rick Nash, damn right. Now, obviously, the menus, they're going to be pretty damn similar. We're starting at a base level. I should have put it on easy. We'll start on hard difficulty again. It's fine. Get that extra challenge of it. Let's take a look around the league. So for us here in Columbus, oh God, so they really fixed trade values compared to the year before. 11-year contract for Jeff Carter. Okay, so F forward, we have Nash, Jeff Carter for 11 years, Christian Huselius, Antoine Vermette, RJ Umberger, and Derek Brassard, and pretty much nothing else. We do have Ryan Johansson. Again, there wasn't the star system yet. So, I mean, they didn't really like Ryan Johansson. Boone Jenner at 18 years old. B minuses for his potentials. 67 overall. Michael Chaput. What do we have on defense? Oh my God. So James Wisniewski for 6 years. Chris Russell, Fedor Tutin, Anton Strawman. It really drops off from there. John Moore rocking a B minus potential. David Savard as well. Nick Holden had a C. Dalton Prout had a C. Oof. And then in goal, Steve Mason. Again, still can't see their overalls, but at least from that screen. 84 overall Steve Mason at 23 years old. And then nobody else. Anton Forsberg was there but certainly didn't have a high potential. So, yeah, we are starting from way down the totem pole here. Anaheim was led by Ryan Getzlaf and Perry. Teemu was still there. So we got to look at some of the potentials. It wasn't too great for Matt Bolesky. Kyle Palmieri had a B-, which is nothing too crazy. Got Peros in there. Nick Bonino had a C potential. Emerson Edem had a B-, but he was just drafted, wasn't he? The values are so low. DSP had a B-. Ricard Raquel had a B-. I got a feeling that's going to be a common theme. Defensively, they had Cam Fowler, Lubo Vishnowsky, Spiza, Curtis Foster, Tony Ludman, and Francois Beauchemin leading the way. B for Fowler. Sammy Vatanen at a B-. Damn. I can see why the Ducks had bad ratings, at least. And then in goal, Jonas Hiller, Dan Ellis, Ray Emery. Shout out to Igor Bobkov, the legend. Igor Bobkov. So yeah, not great for Anaheim. The Bruins. Oh my God, what a team. Sagan, Bergeron, Krejci, Horton, Savard, Lucic, Kelly, Marchand, Peverly, Zach Hummel. That didn't work out too well. Still had a B somehow. Oh, what a team. Jordan Caron was a B-. Jamie Arneal didn't work out. Josh Hennessy didn't work out. Max Sauve didn't work out. Lane McDermott didn't work out. Would be a part of the Sagan trade, though. Alex Kovalchev had a C. Ryan Spooner had a C. Craig Cunningham. Oh, my God. So much hope and promise. Defensively, Chara, Ferentz, Corvo, Seidenberg, Boychuk. Really drops off from there. B- for Kampfer. Colby Cohen. Dougie Hamilton rocking a B- and no trade value at all. Dude, he was the 9th overall pick. He's a 69 overall at 18 years old, but holy hell, man. They were so harsh with potentials. And then in goal is Thomas, Rask, Khudobin, and Hutch. I can't believe how brutal some of the trade values are. Holy shit. Buffalo. Derek Roy, Vanek, Pominville, Ennis, Boys, Stafford, Gostet. Oh my God, the values. Dude, even how the hell did Marek Zagrapin have value? He has a B. Dougie Hamilton's a B-, but Marek Zagrapin was a B. Are you out of your fucking mind? Got the 20-year-old Zach Cassian rocking a B-. Marcus Foligno wasn't worth a damn thing. Yoel Armia had a B-. Jesus. What do we got on defense? Myers, Ehrhoff. At least Tyler Myers doesn't have full value anymore. Denis Denisov. 29 years old. 79 overall, but has more value than some of the better prospects we've seen so far. That's insane. Mark Pysyk had a B-. Braden McNabb was a C. Again, you see why roster editing existed at the time. Ryan Miller and his band of merry men. Good Lord. These rosters weren't great, man. Calgary in goal. Had Kipper, Leland Irving was a B. Henrik Karlsson was a B-. Brossois a C, no value at all. This is where you... Oh, yeah. No, I was editing rosters even before this. But yeah, you can see why it became a thing. Questionable stuff. To say the least. Forwards, Iggy, Tangay, Bork, Jokinen, Glenn Cross. Who would they have had for prospects? Paul Byron. Sven Bergski at a B-. Sam Bennett. Spencer Bennett. Okay. I was going to say, Sam Bennett shouldn't be in the game yet. I was going to say, I saw that value that low, and I'm like, they predicted the future. Roman Horak, Max Reinhart, Michael Furlan, Peter Holland. Peter Holland with a C, by the way. I know it's cut off by the webcam. Dude, These rosters were, they were something. At least Jeff Skinner has value. They gave Jeff Skinner some credit, finally, at a B. Not bad for the 7th overall pick a few years before. 83 overall out of the gates for Jeff Skinner. He didn't hit an 83 in the entirety of NHL 11 for us. So that's not too bad. That's not Peter Holland. He's on the Ducks. Well, then who the fuck was that? Patrick Holland. All right, then. Fair enough. I didn't know there was another P. Holland in the NHL. I learned something today. Learn something new every day. See Brandon Sutter at a C. The legend. The legend. The greatest of them all. Jared Stahl. You'll love to see it. You'll love to see it. Who did Carolina have on defense? Picking in freaking Tomas Kaberle. After winning a title with the Bruins, went to the Hurricanes. It's so weird. Ryan Murphy. Apparently he was well-liked. Michael Jordan, the GOAT. The GOAT. And then in goal, they had Cam Ward, and nobody else really had any value at all. Chicago had Corey Crawford and Marty Turco. This game was off the Cristobal Huey bandwagon at this point. Miss Gregory Hoffman on Carolina. No, I didn't miss him. I just didn't deem Gregory Hoffman worth shouting out. Like, oh my God, it's Klaus Dahlbeck. Like, who cares? Even Klaus Dahlbeck isn't like, hey, I'm interesting to look at on this roster. Shout out to the GOAT, John Scott, though. DFD John Scott. You sure about that? Yeah, dude, they didn't give a shit about prospect potentials. They didn't give a shit. Except for Jeremy Morin. They love Jeremy Morin. It's just amazing how drastically different the trade value system is from NHL 11 to NHL 12. Is that Dennis? That can't be Dennis Gilbert. He's not that old. It's David Gilbert. Dude, it's just... How good's Philip Dano? B-. Andrew Shaw was at a C. Where's the lie? Brandon Saad at a B-. But yeah, the trade values are just so goddamn low. It's crazy. Colorado, Duchesne, Stastny, Peter Mueller, Landeskog, 72 overall. Okay, so Landeskog is at least actually going to be half decent in franchise this year, or be a GM for not being so good last year. Joey Heishin. How good was Joey Heishin? B-. Okay. Trying to fight off the sneeze. I don't know if it's going to work out too well. Okay. I'm fine. I lived, bitch. Tyson Barrie. Rocking a C. 70 overall, 20 years old. Sorry, Tyson. NHL 12 says you absolutely suck. Jake, what's going on? Steven Silas lost a lot of his potential already. Duncan Simons rocking that B-. Then in goal, they still loved Calvin Pickard at the time. They loved him. Celebrating a Phillies win, as you should be. As you should be. Dallas. Louis Eriksson, Mike Ribeiro. Hey, that Louis Eriksson guy is good. We should trade for him. Dude, I totally forgot Michael Ryder went to Dallas after he was a Bruin. B-. Scott Glennie. Some low values, man. Future Bruin, Matt Frazier. Yeah, Sheldon Surrey, Oilers legend. Brendan Dillon. All right. Oh, boy. Jyrki Jokipaka. The shot blocking god. Defense. Lettinen, Campbell, Raycroft. B potential Jack Campbell. Ask Oilers fans how they feel about that after opening night. The Red Wings had Jimmy Howard. This game still hated Peter Mrazek. That's good to know. Defensively, Lidstrom, Cronwall, Xavier Ouellet. What the hell did you do to get a freaking solid B? Jesus. 63 overall. My God. Must have been friends with the guy. Ryan Sproul. I haven't heard that name in forever. God, these ratings, these potentials, they're so weird. And again, if it wasn't such a pain in the ass, I'd go back and edit them to make them more accurate to what actually happened and then go through franchise, but it's a massive pain in the ass to edit at this time. Like, I would have to essentially do the research like this and be like, okay, let's change Jericho to this, and it's just not great. They have a forward, Datsuk Zetterberg. Alan Quine. B potential Alan Quine, but B minus Tomas Tatar. That's a choice. A C for Kalle Yarncroke. A C for Brooks Machik, so that changed quite a bit. And Mike! Get out of there, Mike! He's gonna bench you! He's gonna bench you just before the milestone, Mike! Get out while you still can. God, that's a Mike Babcock's a dickhead story. How do you judge slap shot power and wrist shot power and at the roster? A couple different ways you can go about it. You can base it off of just someone's general goal scoring, or we are starting to get a little bit more information out there now about just how fast some people are shooting. But we don't have it for everybody. The NHL Edge program, the more that expands, the easier it'll be to do. For the most part, it's just based off of goal scoring in general. Again, because it's tough. You know, the argument a couple of years ago was like, hey, here's Phil Kessel. He has a great slap shot. And someone's like, LOL, he took like 7 slap shots last year. You know, that led to the argument of like, well, he has a good shot, but you don't have tendencies. So, A minus for Taylor Hall. All right. Pajaravi still at a B. He dropped the Svensson. B minus Omark. B for the Nuge as the first overall pick. He got a B. Holy shit. Toby Reeder. There were already quite a few names added to this Oilers team compared to last year's game. The C potential Tyler Pitlick. Defensively, Whitney Gilbert. Cam Barker came over from Chicago. David Musel had a B. Oh my God. Dude, some of these were so weird. C potential. Marty Marincin. They got in goal. Freaking Hobby, Boulin, and Dubnik. What a tandem. C potential Tyler Buns. The Panthers had 3 goalies. So this is why why EA still thinks they can get away with having franchise teams only have 3 goalies, is because the Florida Panthers once did it in real life. So, thanks for nothing, Florida. B potential Jake Markstrom, by the way. Defensively, Dmitry Kulikov still has trade value in freaking spades. They love Dmitry Kulikov. B potential for Goodbranson. Goodness. And who we got for forwards? Stephen Weiss, David Booth. Sergei Samsonov. Dude, I saw a picture of Sergei Samsonov today. He was at the Bruins home opener. And I was not prepared to see old Sergei Samsonov. Like, you know, again, like you look at like the picture here of Sergei. I'm like, okay. Like that or younger is like my mental image of Sergei Samsonov. And I'm not like saying like, oh, the guy looks bad or anything like that. But it's just the idea of like gray beard Sergei Samsonov was just not something I was prepared for at all. He was one of my first favorite players, though. I wasn't prepared for it. Made me feel old. Russian men age hard. It's wild legend Dmitry Kulikov. Fair. All right, Jonathan Huberdeau, a B. Dude, they love to hand high first round picks B potentials. Nowadays, they're just like Trevor Wong, high elites. But Jonathan Huberdeau goes 3rd, and they're like, give him a B, which is basically the equivalent of medium top 6. That's insane. To dawn off at a B minus. Sergey and his math professor looking ass. Shout out to Byron Bits. I understand not wanting to edit these. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass at the time. B minus for Trocheck. Jonas Donskoy. We had a C. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass to edit on these games back in the day. The Kings. Kopitar at a B minus. Richards, Brown, Penner, Williams, Gagne. I mean, this is the core that was about to win a cup. This was the core that was about to win. Jordan Nolan. Tyler Toffoli at a B minus. At least Tyler Toffoli was kind of getting some respect compared to last year. I think star potential was 13. It was 13, wasn't it? 13 and 14? Or was it? Did they wait until the next gen? They didn't wait until next gen. It had to have been 13. Had to have been. Yeah, it couldn't have been much later than this, so I guess it would be 13. Let's see, Doughty, 7-year contract for Jack Johnson. Love to see it. C potential Alec Martinez. That just doesn't sit right with me. C potential Jake Muzzin. Man. Martin Jones, B minus, no value at all. B minus for Chris Gibson, no value at all. I'm telling, see, this is what I meant. Like, there are certain things like, oh yeah, man, that game was awesome. But then you can look at stuff like this and you're just like, huh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? You know, just which ones they got wrong, but in it, you know, that's, you know, power of hindsight. But the trade values being the way they were. Shout out to Brodeen actually getting some respect. The trade values are so weird. Heatley leading the way from Minnesota. Okay. Mikhail Granlund at a B minus. Man. These are really, really weird. Zach Phillips, B minus. That did not work out well for them. He's one of 2 first-round picks in this draft class that didn't play in an NHL game. Montreal. Camilleri leading the way as their most valuable guy. Pacioretty at a B minus. Brock Trotter. Legend. C potential Brendan Gallagher. That didn't age too well. At least PK at 22. B minus. At least he's a good overall already. You can tell by the freaking trade value, but Jesus. B minus for Tenorti, a C for Beaulieu. And at least Carey Price has value. Even Carey Price was only a B. It's like, I get it. He was already an 89 overall. It's just the optics of being like, yeah, Price is, he might get a little bit better than he is now. And, well, I mean, an 89, I guess it's true, but just the optics of it. Preds with Pekka. What stage of adulting is it when you're excited because you might buy a printer? You're an adult. If you're excited over buying an appliance, like a toaster or like a dishwasher or anything like that, if you're excited about buying an appliance, full-fledged adult at that stage. So, yeah, you've done it. Chet Pickard at a B minus. Just leading the way for them on defense. Weber, Suter, Jonathan Bloom. The Blum. I got a touchscreen. Why does a toaster have to be touchscreen, though? B minus for dude. Roman Josi has the same trade value as Brett Lebda. What stage of adulting is it looking at your lawn and wondering if you missed a spot? I don't know, Wheels, but I'm there. Only a C for Ekholm. I am there. Dude, the day after I mow the lawn, I stare out at the yard at least like 5 to 10 times just to you know, scan. Just to scan. Sergei Kostitsyn, most valuable member of the Nashville Predators. At least for forwards. Dude, Austin Watson has the same potential as Jonathan Huberdeau, who went 15 picks sooner and a year later. What the fuck? Again, people wonder, like, oh man, how'd you get obsessed with roster editing? Look at how bad this is. Even at the time, it doesn't make sense. How the hell am I still playing this franchise? A 14-year contract for Kovalchuk, by the way, which is basically accurate. How the hell I'm still playing this? Well, I'm not actually. I mean, I uninstalled NHL 24. But how the hell I still even consider playing this franchise to this day is beyond me, given just how bad the games were at the time and continue to be. At least Adam Larson got an A-. But Christ, he was the 4th overall pick, and they gave him an A-. Huberdeau had straight B's. It's wild. A B. Dude, Reese Scarlett has the... Reese Scarlett has the same, if not better, potentials than Jonathan fucking Huberdeau, and he was a 6th round pick. I am retroactively getting mad at a game that came out in 2011. I might, you know, I don't know what that says about me. It's probably not anything positive, but facts are facts, right? Shout out to Martin Brodeur. B- for Scott Wedgwood. Uninstall. Yeah. Larson was very, very highly touted. I'm just saying, like, man, like them just being like, nope, everyone else was wrong to not take him in the top 3 picks. This guy is the best player in the draft. That's bold. That's bold. Got the 6 years left of Rick DiPietro. I love how they're just like, well, one of these fucking goalies has to be half decent. Not really. Kind of. Mark Streit. Really developed. Andrew McDonald, Flyers legend. Calvin DeHaan's got a B. Ty Wishart at a B-. The legend, Andre Padan. Then a forward, John Tavares. With his B potential. At least he's already an 87. Well, John Tavares. Grabner. Jesus, Grabner had great value. I mean, Grabner was promising at the time. Bailey had a B-. Nina. Kirill Kabanov. 3rd round pick in 2010. Had a better potential than the 5th overall pick in the same draft. Remember when I said people look back on certain games and they're like, yeah, man, these games were great. There are the little things like this, the details that you forget, where it's like, no, don't worry. It was fucked up there, too. That's insane. Dude, he has a higher freaking potential than Ryan Strome. Holy shit. David Taves. Okay. I mean, I'm not saying Kabanov wasn't highly touted. I'm just saying the optics of like, yeah, no, he's more promising than Nino Niederreiter is insane. Rangers had Gaborik at this point. Sean Avery's got trade value. Holy shit. Dude. Shane McGolgan has a similar potential to Nino Niederreiter. Shane McGolgan? Don't lie, everyone. Hey, shout out to Ryan Bork. Don't lie, everyone had a Shane McGolgan jersey back in the day. No disrespect, Shane. But you see what I'm saying here, right? You see what I mean. Dylan McElrath. How the fuck did... It's Stefan Noreau, isn't it? Samuel Noreau. 5th round pick in 2011. He has the same potential as Dylan McElrath, who went 10th. And say what you want, I know Dylan McElrath didn't turn out as you want a 10th overall pick to turn out, But damn, they didn't even back Dylan McElrath to really be anything. It's crazy. Obviously, Hank's well running. Man, they hated Cam Talbot, too. They hated, I mean, in fairness, Cam Talbot was 24 years old. But he was doing well in the AHL, pretty sure around that time, so. Ottawa. Robin Leonard. A B for Leonard, okay. Mike Brodeur, the best Brodeur. Carlson rocking that B- potential. Guy was a first round pick, 15th overall. Oh my God. Jared Cowan's got that straight B though. Brian Lee, Patrick Weirkoch, same potential as Erik Karlsson. David Rumblad. My God. This is painful. All these years later. This is still painful. A B for Matt Plumple. Oh my God. So many of these are just so bad. A C for Mike Hoffman. A C for Mark Stone. 6th round pick. Why didn't they randomly say that Mark Stone was going to be good? Obviously that aged poorly, but you know, it's not their fault. Silverberg was a C. Pajot was a C. Again, this type of frickin' franchise with the power of hindsight would be so frickin' fun. It's just such a pain to edit. JVR, the most valuable Flyers forward. Yager as a Flyer. Got a B for Couturier. At the same time, I think you also realize just how much frickin' work I'd have cut out for me to edit some of these potentials again. This would be quite the project, to say the least. Quite the project. Who the fuck is Sullentrop? It was Corey, wasn't it? Colin. 4th round pick in 2011. You know what? That guy deserves a B and a B-. I don't get it. Shout out to Bobrovsky and Brizgalov, affectionately known together as Brizgalov. And a million goalies. It's Corey Trop, the legend. Oh, Mike Smith. Getting ready to have his Mike Smith year. Louis Domingue was down to a C already. Hate to see it. Oliver Lawsome Tossum. 80 overall. B potentials. Gormley still had a B. Love to see it. Chris Summers. What a guy. Maxim Goncharov. I watched so many of these guys play so many games in the AHL. So many games. Oh, did Ryan Hallweg have the mustache yet? Oh, he didn't. Let me tell you, though. Ryan Hallweg ended up with one hell of a mustache later on in his career. Look at this fucking beauty right there. Look at that. What a champ, huh? God, I miss the Portland Pirates. God, I miss them. Well, what a tash. What a tash. It's beautiful. AJ, what's up? Yeah, the Canucks kicked the shit out of the Oilers. There he is. The legend. C potentials. 78 overall tough guy. Maybe I should switch to the Coyotes. They got some good tough guys. Jordan Schwartz. Ethan Warwick. Evan Bloodoff. What a team. Pittsburgh. Yeah, so, you know, if there was going to be a first player to have max trade value, it would be Sidney Crosby, wouldn't it? It would be. That's fair. That's fair. All right. Shout out to Tom Kuhnhackl. Back when they just outright spelled Kuhnhackl. Can we get him for 2 first rounders? I'm going to guess no. Let's see, B- potential Scott Harrington. Simone Dupré was a B-. Sneep. Got the Joe Morrow. Reed McNeil finally took a hit. He was down to a C. Goalies. Fleury and his band of merry men, including Brent Johnson, who once landed a hell of a right hook. Sharks had Antti Niemi and Niittymaki. The bane of my existence, Antero Niittymaki. Let's see. I would have seen a lot of these prospects too. Burnsy. C potential. At least he's already an 84 for Brent Burns. Oh, so we got... Oh, hold on. Dougie Murray neck check. Still thick as fuck. Look at his fucking neck. Jesus Christ. He's insane. Absolute unit. Remember how I always tell the story about how this guy wanted to punch me in the fucking face? I would have been 17, 18 years old, and my friends and I sat next to the penalty box. And there was a game where the Portland Pirates and the Worcester Sharks got into a couple of brawls. So we got to say hi to Matt Pellick a couple of times. And he was not happy with me and my dumbass high school friends. And he's not a small dude either. He's not. You don't fuck with a guy like that. You don't do it. Thankfully, he did not go full Ty Domi and end my life, because he probably could have. Shout out to Dylan DeMello, though. Rocking B minuses. 63. What do they got a forward? All the way back to the top. Thornton, Marlowe, are these dumbass high school friends in your wedding party? Yes. Yes, they are. One of them's my best man. Fun fact, my best man once took a vuvuzela to a hockey game. And snuck up behind the Portland Pirates mascot. And I've told that story, too. It was perfect. It was like a fucking movie. It was like a movie. Where he hit the horn, and the mascot turned, and I could see the mascot's eyes through the mesh eye holes. And I swear to God, underneath that suit, he must have had his fucking right hand ready to go. I swear to God. How that guy kept his composure and did not slug a 17-year-old in the face, I have no idea. Because he would have been justified in doing so. 100%. 100%. Shout out to the better Hamilton, by the way. Frederick Hamilton. The superior Hamilton. Oh, St. Louis. David Backus, Chris Stewart. Oh, she's still rocking a B minus. Dmitry Yaskin. That did not age well. C potential for Ryan Reeves. Love during the Maple Leafs season introductions. He steps out onto the ice and flexes. Oh, man. Oh, let's see. What a team. Defensively. Petro was their top guy. Shattenkirk, Jackman. What a team. What a team. And then proceeded to get kneed by Arbor Jackeye. Correct. Oh, Joel Edmondson was there. He had no value at all. Halak and Allen, Elliott, Bishop. Holy crap. Ty Conklin and Jordan. Dude. You'll be hard-pressed to look in another video game and ever see a set of goaltenders in one organization this talented. Like, that is an insane crop where every single one of them at one point has had success in the NHL. That is ridiculous. Holy God. Wow. 18-year-old Jordan Bennington. I wonder if he was as much of a douche then as he is now. Who's to say? Accidentally hit back too far. Tampa. With the cover boy, Mr. Stamkos. God, they still had the big three. This is before LeCavalier left. Conley, Vladislav Nemesnikov. Anybody else? Tyler Johnson rocking that C potential. Andre Palat, though, with a B. Richard Panik and Carter Ashton as well, all with the same B- potential. All with no trade value whatsoever. Hedman was the top dog in Tampa already. B-, Mark Barberio. Then in goal, Janus. Dwayne Rollison. Tokarski. All right, Cody's going to freaking jump off a bridge if I don't look at Tyler Johnson's incredible hair. Unbelievable. The Toronto Maple Leafs. Led by Kessel, Clark MacArthur. Kadri had a B potential. Joe Colborne. Bruins legend Joe Colborne. B-, Luca Caputi. Jerry D'Amigo, Matt Fratton, Colton Orr. Jamie Van, Greg McKegg, Brad Ross. David Brohl, the Broller Coaster. B-, Josh Levo, and a C for Sam Carrick. What a team. Defensively, Shen was the most valuable asset there. Matt Lashoff was holding on to a half-decent potential. Stuart Percy rocking a B- here. Starting Park, you sure about that? Let's see. Ben Scrivezna, Garrett Sparks. No picture for 18-year-old Garrett Sparks. What a shame. The Kuva. Luongo, Schneider, and Locke, and they did not win a damn thing. 11-year deal for Roberto Luongo. Fair enough. Defense, Edler. Deemed the most valuable player there. All right, Perrin at a B-, Jan Sauve. Young Frankie Corrado. Oh, this was just before they totally screwed up the team by being like, well, we got out-muscled and out-dirtied by the Bruins, so let's try to be dirty ourselves. Which was a horrible, horrible mistake that the franchise still hasn't recovered from to this day. Shout out to one of my favorite players of all time, Portland Pirates legend, Mark Mancari. Love ourselves some Mark Mancari. B- for Nick Jensen and Anton Rodin. Okay. I keep hitting the back button too many times. We're almost done, though. We got 2 teams left. Washington. Would you believe the other guy with max value alongside Sidney Crosby is Alexander Ovechkin? How could they possibly justify that? Fucking Chris Bork. Cody Eakin didn't have a very good potential. Dude, like, who are these guys that have potentials that doesn't make sense? This is the first year of Marchand kissing players. No, it was a couple years later. He should have started early, though. He should have. He had already tried to... No, yeah. Was it this year? I think it was this season he tried to murder Sammy Salah's knees. Like, not him as a person, but tried to murder his knees, specifically. Maybe that was a few years later, too. Goodness. And then in goal, Neuwirth. Holtby was there right before he ruined the Bruins in the playoffs. No value for Grubauer. And then the first-year Winnipeg Jets. Who didn't love Peter Menino, Eddie Pasquale, and Frederick Pedersen-Wenzel? They have on defense. They did get Bufflin from Chicago, though. Johnny Oduya was there. Ben Sherratt with that C potential. It was a rough start for the Jets in some ways. They weren't even an expansion team. Blake Wheeler's there. Rick Rippon. Damn. B- for Mark Scheifele. At least Adam Lowry had a B-, but this is my point. Mark Scheifele, 7th overall pick. B-. It's crazy. Look, he was the 7th overall pick, and he has no value whatsoever. NHL 12, man. Really, really bizarre trade values, to say the least.